I want to talk about this past games, okay? Now, as I get into this topic, a lot of people, I want y'all to understand, this is not me being critical, it is me giving a critique, okay? And I'm going to be honest. Y'all know, this is Louie Luggage. This is all about Colorado. This is all about Coach Prime. This is all about the love for that team. That's why it started. Okay, but at the same time, I'm going to give a critique because I want to see them grow. As a matter of fact, they are growing, but I'm going to give my critique with respect to this Oregon game, USC game, team play, because I didn't give my take on the Oregon game. All right, and I don't want to be overly critical because this is my team. All right, I stopped watching sports. The only reason why I watch is because I'm a Coach Prime fan. All right, and I, just so y'all know, I've been in sports. I'm an athlete. All right, but you know, I put it down because, again, as I got into law and I started understanding what's going on out here, I know what it is. But at the same time, Coach Prime is he's all that. He's all that in that the way he carries himself. Game, not when you telling me that you have relocated people and their entire families to another state, from Mississippi to the state where you're going. When you're telling these guys, hey, this is how you're going to get your family out of the hood, or you're going to get your family out of the disenfranchised state. This is how you're telling me it's more than a game. When you're telling me that this is their career and their livelihood, it's more than a game. It's not just a game. And the other thing is, when people are making millions, this is affecting people's lives. When people are gambling on this thing, and I'm not agreeing with gambling, I agree or disagree, but when somebody has put their house note money down on your game, it ain't just a game no more. It's not just a game when you got television networks fighting over the rights to show and air this game. It's not just a game. But added to that, when they put this thing all over social media, and they have touched different people's lives. They've touched different people in all different, not just other football players with other teams. He's touched people in the medical field, the business field, the whatever, you name it field. He's touched a lot of people's lives. This is not just a game no more. This thing is way bigger than a game. So that being said, I'm putting in my little bit. All right, this is Louie Luggage because I can't gamble. I don't gamble like that. This is how I gamble. You know, I invest in it. I'm putting my time into it. I'm owner of LouieLuggage.com. Yeah, this is how I invest. This is how I gamble. All right. So that being said, I want to get into some of these games, Oregon and USC. So I need to say something, and I said this before the Oregon game, that a lot of people are considering Colorado to be underdogs in a lot of things. Now, in this ASU game, they're not underdogs. However, a lot of people were considering them to be underdogs in those two games. And I said, before the game, I said, it's fair. It's fair. Why is it fair? Because we have yet to see Colorado show up during a full game. We're talking about the defense is working. We're talking about the offense, special teams. All right, we have yet, even till this day, even after 5 games, we have yet to see a full team show up. So what we have seen is, we've seen flashes. When we're talking about the offense and Shador, we know they can put it down. With the defense, I'm going to tell you this, the defense has been stepping up. The first game, we didn't see the defense. But in the second, third, really, I'm going to say this, they don't show up in the first quarter, maybe the second quarter. But the defense shows up in a different way. Now, listen to me, because y'all like, they got the worst defense in the... Okay, this is the defense, the worst defense, because people want to call the whole defense garbage. There's a problem with that line. All right? However, this the same defense that's handed Bo Nix his first interception. This the same defense that has handed Caleb Williams his first interception. This is that garbage defense that everybody want to claim as garbage, but they so garbage they doing what other teams can't do. I'm saying, yeah, they got problems, but they have yet to step up and show a full team. So we know the offense has the ability. The defense, I just spoke about it, they got the ability to step up. But if you want to know what the real, and this is just my opinion, I know it's going to be hard. I'm not the first one to say it, but I'm just putting my 2 cents in it. The real Achilles heel to this team is the coaching. And I'm not saying every coach, but what I saw with Oregon is a coaching issue. Because you can't tell me that you go 1, 2, 3 and out the first time, 1, 2, 3 and out the second time, 1, 2, 3 and out the third time, and you don't make an adjustment. That's coaching. That's not because, Oregon was so great. Listen, I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to go back and tell you some things that have surprised me with respect to Coach Prime. What I love about Coach Prime is when he speaks, he's going to deliver on what he speaks 95% of the time. And that's what he did. And this surprised me. It surprised me that he spoke this because I know he's going to deliver on it. And that ain't good what he spoke. He wouldn't want to deliver on that. Before the Oregon game, the press was asking him, are you going to implement the run, Coach Prime? Coach Prime says, well, we ain't going to just do stuff just to be doing it because that's not even us. We just not even good at the run. We're just not going to do things just to be doing it. That's what he said. And I'm thinking to myself, did he just say? Because what you just did was you just told the whole defense of the other team what you're not going to do. And I'm hoping that he was just saying that. But he clearly wasn't just saying that. Because what he said to me is we're going to abandon the run. Then somebody else comes in and they ask him the same thing. They say, Coach Prime, are you all going to implement the run? Are you going to commit to the run? And Coach Prime said, that's like asking a woman who can't cook to commit to cooking. If she can't cook, then why would you ask her to commit to cooking? And I'm like, I'm just listening to this and I'm saying, is he once again saying that he's abandoning the run? Okay, why is this a problem? Because you have once again told me your whole offense. You told me that you're going to be one-sided and that all I need to do is rush your quarterback every damn play. Because you just said you're not going to have a run. I'm thinking okay, maybe we're going to try it out. Oh, he delivered on that. They abandoned the run against Oregon. Now, I get it. We don't feel like the run is good. And by the way, this whole thing about a woman, if she can't cook, why would she commit? What you don't do, Coach Prime, is shut down the whole kitchen so she can't cook. If she doesn't know how to cook, you keep encouraging her to go cook until she learns how to do it well. You don't just tell her to stop cooking and shut down the whole kitchen so that don't nobody get to eat and you got a malnourished family. No, that's not how that works. You got to keep the kitchen open. She need to keep cooking because she need to learn how to cook. You need to encourage her. Yeah, baby, this is good. Now put a little bit of salt in that. And baby, this chicken is cooking a little bit longer. You need to encourage her. You don't just shut it down, which is what they did against Oregon, and they got mollywopped. So what I'm saying is that if you are, again, recognizing what's going on, that was a coaching issue whereby when you go on 1, 2, 3 and out 3 times in a row and you don't make a change, that's called coaching issue because you got to be able to adjust. You have to be able to adjust in any sport. It doesn't matter what sport it is. It could be bowling or baseball or football or whatever. If you don't know how to adjust, you can't win. So the one that adjusts the fastest is the one that wins. That's when you have the more success. And they didn't adjust at all. They didn't even implement any kind of run until the last series of the fourth quarter. where they got a touchdown. That's coaching. That's not even on the players. That's coaching. Where you don't implement the run. So here's what I'm saying with respect to the Colorado team, and that they have not put together a full game. Is their offense capable? Absolutely. Who's calling the plays where they're getting started slow? Is their defense capable? Yes. All right, it was this whole thing about Cormani not being in or what have you. And I understand why he wasn't in. But now that he's in, he's gotten his act together. Coach Prime is good with him, and we've seen what he can do. Do they have the capability of shutting down in the secondary? Yes. But I'm still saying to you, even with the front line, that's a coaching issue on the defensive and the offensive side. I was watching this game, and especially with Oregon, and you see that they're on the offensive line. You got 4 people over here trying to tend to this one guy, and 1 person over here trying to tend to this one. Meanwhile, there's a whole field open up for them to hit Shedeur because they're discombobulated. You got 3 rushing 4 and 5, and you still can't block. You can't block 3 men. That's a coaching issue because they're discombobulated. So they get confused. The defense knows how to confuse the offensive line. And the same thing with the offensive line running all of these cross patterns on the Colorado defense. They need a little bit better coaching. That's the problem. There's some replacements that are needed, but you get the best players on the planet and you don't have them coached well, they're not going to work for you the way you need them to. Because you keep telling me about the defense is so terrible when this is the only team that's handed the number 1 quarterback or one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. They handed him his first interception. Handed Bo Nix, one of the top players in the league, his first interception. Don't tell me about how terrible this team is. I'm going to say this. I need to big up the defense. As a matter of fact, in the Oregon game, I need to big up the defense because somebody's like, they lost by 42 points. They gave up 42 points on the defense. Did nobody think that the defense was going to stop Oregon on every run? However, they did have stops. They had interceptions. They turned it back over to the offense. The offense did nothing. You can't tell me nothing about how bad the defense is if you got them on the field for 75% of the dang on time. No, the defense stepped up. I could see that they made a conservative effort to get to that ball as soon as it dropped. But again, I say to you, as I said before, them guys on Oregon team, they extra. That's all I'm going to say it like that. They extra. They ain't no regular. Those not no regular players. Those not no regular beings. I just say it like that. There's extra there. But I can say, you can see them getting there, but they couldn't. It take 4 or 5 of them to bring that one guy down. I get it, but I saw the effort. They didn't even implement a running game. What? When Coach Prime said, we don't need to run, you know what that said to everybody? Because everybody's saying, oh, well, they ganged up on Coach Prime to know his whole game plan and all of this. It wasn't hard for anybody to know. If you're telling me you're not going to run, all I need to do is just rush your quarterback. There's nothing you can do. You don't have anything optional. You just gonna throw. So we just gonna rush you the whole game. Shedeur looked like he was running for his life the whole game, and they never switched it up. That running game, I'm like, what happened to Offerdahl, Smoke, Hankerson, Wilkerson, McCaskill, Dillon? Run it, because you never gave any options, and so it's easy to know what you're going to do. Once I know what you're going to do, then I can shut you down. They didn't have to be shut down in that game. They didn't have to be shut down in that game. And then in this game against USC, they took forever just to get started. No, come on now. I would say when they playing on point and their coaching is on point, they are better than USC. They're better than USC. when they're playing on point. Because look at what they did only in the second half of the game. Look at what they did. Yeah, they're better than USC. USC is one of the top ranked teams. Yeah, Colorado is just as good when they're being coached well, even with that defense.